Have you ever felt like something unseen was following you while driving alone in the dead of night? Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe wherever you are. Tonight, I want to share a story that will make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up instantly. Just imagine this: you're a taxi driver who has spent years memorizing every corner of your city. And suddenly, everything becomes unfamiliar because of one single passenger. It all started on a night of heavy rain. The asphalt roads shimmered under dim streetlights, reflecting the storm above like broken glass. I was driving along the outskirts of the city, hoping to pick up one last passenger before heading home. Then, out of nowhere, I saw someone. A figure stood motionless by the roadside. No umbrella, no raincoat, just standing there in the pouring rain. Their face was hidden beneath the shadow of a hat. And for some reason, their pale hand slowly lifted, waving at me with a deliberate, unnatural motion. The moment they opened the car door, an icy chill flooded into the cab, cutting through the warmth like a blade. The passenger slipped inside without a word and sat directly behind me. When I asked where they were going, they simply said, "Just keep driving. I'll tell you when to turn." Their voice was flat, almost like the whisper of passing wind. And yet, strangely, it felt familiar. As the ride continued, the streets began to feel wrong. I was certain I was still in the city center. Yet nothing looked recognizable anymore. Then the passenger started talking again. This time, about me. They spoke about my past in chilling detail. Things no stranger should ever know. Secrets I had buried for years. The accident, the one I tried so hard to forget, now being described in a calm, almost emotionless tone. I tried to focus on the road, but when I looked outside, nothing made sense anymore. The buildings had changed. Familiar streets had twisted into narrow, ancient alleyways that didn't exist on any map. The roads looped and coiled like a labyrinth with no escape. Every turn I took only seemed to pull me deeper into a place that was darker, quieter, and suffocating. Then I made the mistake of checking the rearview mirror. What I saw shattered everything. The passenger was sitting perfectly still in the back seat. But in the mirror, their reflection moved. Slowly, the reflection turned its head toward me and smiled. A wide, unnatural smile, even though the real figure behind me hadn't moved at all. The atmosphere inside the cab grew unbearable. The radio, which had been silent, suddenly crackled to life with harsh static. Then, slowly, it began playing fragments of old conversations. Voices I recognized from my childhood, from memories I had long tried to forget. At the same time, the taxi meter started spinning wildly. The numbers jumping faster and faster, as if time itself was accelerating. My breathing became heavy. The air inside the car felt thinner, like the oxygen was being drained away. Then the passenger's voice came again. Closer this time. So close. It felt like they were whispering right beside my ear. They began listing every guilt I had ever hidden, every lie I had ever told, every truth I had refused to face. Outside the windshield, the rain changed. It turned dark, thick, red, completely blocking my view of the road ahead. I was trapped, not just in the car, but inside my own past. Suddenly, the taxi came to a violent stop. Silence. The passenger slowly stepped out. But when I turned around, the back seat was empty. No footprints. No trace of water. Nothing. Shaking. I stepped out of the car, only to realize something far more terrifying. I wasn't at any destination. There was no city, no road, no lights. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't the one taking the passenger somewhere. I was the one being taken.